Yeah. Cool. Let us know when you want us to live. Damn, K2, 2000 in the pot? Who put that?
Oh, I thought I fixed that. But you're welcome.
Yeah. What is that? That's stupid. There we go.
That's good. You're already on the
And we're doing best of 3, right?
Yeah, that's what I put on here.
Are we doing one set?
I thought it was the same as last time.
You put best of 3 on there, so it's up to
Yeah,
you.
I didn't know why that was there. If it was, I would rather do the same as last time.
Okay, that's fine.
I won't last that long, to be honest.
Okay, is it
Sounds good to me.
one race to 7 or one race to 9?
Yeah, one race to 7.
Okay.
And then he's got one game, right?
Yeah, I got the one game.
Okay.
You. Too well.
Hello. Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. We were having some audio issues. That should be all settled now. Thank you for joining us this evening on K2 Productionz. We have Ben Rosales and Mike Cypret playing actually one race to 7, so I will update that. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening, Friday night. If you have not already, please go ahead and share. I am having issues with my streaming equipment, so I will fix it and put some background music and all of that fun stuff as soon as it decides to cooperate with me. But for now, this is what we get. How is everyone doing this Friday? Friday before Halloween. Reagan is very excited. She is going to be what is she going to be? An astronaut this weekend. So she is excited to be an astronaut and go trick-or-treating. The astronaut does have a helmet, so she doesn't even have to wear a mask. Hey, got that working. Now let's see. I got that working. My goodness. So many issues today, but slowly and surely I'm getting them all figured out. probably by the time they finish their entire match, I will have it worked out.
Hold on a second. That's a foul. That's a foul, right? You hit the 1 ball and then you hit the 9 ball. So you went for the 1 first and then the 14. Does that make sense? So that would be strikes when you sunk the 1 ball. Hey, you broke and dropped this ball. You played the 1 in the corner and then you played my 9 ball. Okay, so ball in hand.
So what happened there is Ben shot the 1 ball, oh, that doesn't work, decided to be solids, and then shot the 9 ball. So he shot a solid and then shot a stripe. So that doesn't work. So ball in hand to Michael. That was very good catch by Michael, and could really change this first set or first game. Both of the guys have headsets on, but I still feel like they need music, so I did put on music for them. Let me get the Fargo races in here. All right, so let's update the Fargo race here. There we go. I agree, that is a very odd mistake that he made there at the beginning. Hello, Carl. Carl, you just missed an exciting first mistake here. We had Ben shooting. He broke, made a ball. He then shot the 1 ball, but then the next ball that he took was a strike. So he ended up with a foul. It was very interesting. All right, so now that I've done all of the little things that I should have done before starting the match, I am now going to share the post. If everybody and anybody out there would also like to share the post, oh, he hit that stripe a lot, but Michael says go ahead and leave it, and it actually helps him out because it blocked the 4 ball. And he's like, are you sure you want to leave it? And he's like, yes. So he did play safe with the 8, and then he double played safe because the 8 and then the 6, but he did get a good hit. Not much more he could have done for that. Brad, these are two 400 level players playing. They play out of JJ's BCA League on Monday nights. And thank you so much, Jeff from Newark, Ohio. Oh, and he missed it. This is Michael's opportunity. So, like I said, I am just sharing my post, hoping to get a few more viewers here on Friday night. If you are already watching, thank you so much for joining us here at K2 Productionz. If you have not already, please like and follow our page. We have players from 400 to 700 Fargo come and play here. This is a really good forum for them to get out those on-air jitters. You know, I've noticed, and a lot of people say, that they're really nervous when they get onto a stream because they're not used to being on the stream, and then they're in the finals of some event and they choke because they are not used to being on the air, as it were. And they said that this really helps them get that get that jitters out of their system. I did fix the headline, so hopefully that gets fixed. I don't know why it posted incorrectly, but I did update the name of the post, so it should now be correct. Yep, that's the old title. You are correct, JR. That was last week's match, but the new title is updated and should be accurate. And Carl, we are getting married in February, so about 100 or so more days. So Mike's slowly running out. I appreciate that he is taking his time with each one of these shots, but he's leaving that 7-ball tied up to the end, and that is dangerous because if he does not get the correct shape on the 1 to bump the 7 and get a shot on the 7, he has no backup now. So he left his problem for the end when he should have addressed that at the beginning. I know that Cindy, I don't think she's on right now, but she actually said that she's buying her plane ticket soon so that she doesn't get stuck with an expensive plane ticket. Maybe we should live stream the wedding from K2 Productionz. So same thing that I said for Michael goes for Ben here. Leaving that 14 for the end could potentially be an issue because even though it is blocking that pocket and is a benefit for him, it also doesn't go. So you do need to get it out and available at some point. He bumped it, but not enough, and then he scratched. So again, I don't know that I like this shot. I think that he should shoot the ball, since he has ball in hand, shoot this ball off of the 14 into the corner pocket. It would open up that ball for him and allow him to run out. Yes, Crystal, the score does need to be updated. I am sharing the posts, so I am one game behind on the score because I want to look up the new Fargo race or Fargo percentages of winning, but I can only do one thing at once. I'm already having enough time talking and sharing. Can't talk and share and update the score. I don't like this. I mean, I like it. He's playing safe now, but I liked it before. He should have played the ball off the 14 and he wouldn't have to play safety here. Just like Shannon said. Carl, are you talking about you should buy a woman? Is that what you're saying? Oh, look at that. Did break out his ball, and the 7 still does not go. We're actually thinking about buying new balls, the Aramith Black. We thought it would be easier to see them on the stream. Yes, our pockets are only 3 7/8, so I knew that that was not going to go. But he did take over the pocket. As you can see, the 14 I don't think goes by, and even Ben's taking a real close look. I think he is hooked on the corner. Oh, buy a plane ticket. I thought you were making a funny joke about buying a woman. But the plane ticket makes more sense. Oh. Yes, Shannon, the new Predator balls, I did find a set for $330. The balls have only been played with a few times. And the guy unfortunately needs to sell them to make a little bit of money. So I was thinking that we should buy them. And I think that they would, like I said, be easier to see on the stream. All right, so a miss there by Ben. Yeah, Shannon, so I did message him and we are potentially working something out.
Oh my gosh.
Oops. These side pockets are pretty unforgiving. So he did miss and Ben has an opportunity. There we go. On the board for Ben. Let me fix that audio. Oy. That is loud. So loud. Let me see if I can make that not happen again. So just like that, right back to about an even race. This does have the potential of being a long match, Jim. You are correct. But that is what is a little bit different than other streaming companies. Is here at K2, you do not have to be a professional pool player to have your stream match. We highly encourage all levels of play here because we think everyone deserves a fair chance to be famous. You know, not all of us shoot 700 level, but that doesn't mean we don't want to play and maybe have our families back home see us play. So with that in mind, we try to make sure that we are available to anyone and everyone who wants to play. You just have to pay to play. So Ben did make the 8-ball there. He has choice. He can either play or he can re-rack. So he's choosing to spot it and play. Hello, Carlos Chavez. Welcome to the stream. So he is looking at taking solids here. That 10-13 is a little funky. Wouldn't that be crazy if he made the 8 early? All right, so last time Ben took a solid and then his next shot, he shot a strike, which ended up in ball in hand foul. So hopefully he remembers that he is solids this time and shoots solids. Carlos is funny. So he said, I heard someone won 4 of 5 matches on Wednesday. We play on the same team in a Champions League on Wednesdays at Bullshooters. Some really strong players play in that league. About a year ago, I played in BCA at JJ's, and I won 3 out of 75 matches. It was not fantastic. So my goal, now that I joined BCA again, was to win more than 3 BCA matches for the whole session. That was it. And then if I did that, I'd like to win 1 a night. That was a stretch goal, as they're called. And on Wednesday, I won 4 out of 5 of my matches, and really coulda, shoulda. Oops, hooked himself there. Coulda, shoulda won 5 out of 5. So that is what he was talking about there. Okay, I hopefully fixed the echo, so let me know. Nice recovery there, but a tough shot coming out because he did glue himself on the back of the 12. So now to Ben to try to run out these solids. So yes, I beat my whole session goal in 1 night. Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, I think if he would have made that, he would have scratched. So he actually got lucky there. I think he did leave Michael the perfect angle on this 14, though, to break out this 12. Well, that'll be interesting now for the 8-ball. And to answer your second question, Carlos, I picked lunch. So whatever you would like for dinner. But if you could also check to see if Reagan is hungry. He's aiming up on this 7. Okay. He called safe. He's angry about that, but I really don't mind it. The 8-ball really doesn't have a pocket. If you want to try something crazy and try to cut it into the side, but on our table, that really doesn't go. Overcut it, or undercut it, I mean. But good speed because he left Ben on the opposite side of the table. I don't think he can see the 4-ball. The 1-ball is very thin. So I would, if I were him, I would just play the safety on the 7 again. Hello, Steven. He's shooting the 2-ball apparently. Nice shot. I honestly did not even see that ball on the table, so I'm glad he's paying attention. We are playing a little bit of a safety battle. Of course, Theo, no problem. Thank you for watching with us. As I was saying a little bit ago, the thing that makes us, I think, a little bit different than a lot of streaming services that you see is that we let anyone play. We do not discriminate on your Fargo. You know, a lot of streaming companies won't let you play on their stream or take the time to stream you unless you're 650 or higher. And our thing has really been, you pay to play. I don't care if you're a 300 or a 600. If you want us to stream your match and you want the opportunity to feel the pressure of being live streamed and having people commentate about your play, if you want to pay me to judge you, I will do that. So we love having everyone here. Everyone is so nice. And you know, Michael came in and said, you know, I'm really hungry. Can I have a snack? And of course. So he got a snack. The other day, a couple of people came and they were like, man, I'm really craving cookies. So actually homemade cookies for them. Nice shot. Bumped that 8 beautifully. And that's exactly what you needed for the side pocket. So now just make this and come out to the center of the table. I would have stroked it just a little more to make this a little easier because our side pockets are so tight on this table, but it's still definitely a makeable shot. Proof in the pudding, as they say. Who says that? Where's that from? The proof is in the pudding. I'm sure that's a that's a saying from somewhere, Oregon, or because I'm from Oregon, so I'm sure it's from somewhere around there. Tommy, if you don't have a BCA Rego, if you do not have a Fargo, we don't care. We had, actually, when we started this stream, we only had APA players. So if you're trying to find a matchup, we will find you a matchup. We'll find you a Fargo rated equivalent, or we will find you a APA equivalent. Carlos, which is the other version of K2, and myself both play BCA and APA. So we definitely know the conversion chart and know where players stand. And I am the one that does the schedule and the matchups, and I am pretty darn good at making our matchups. I think I make them pretty fair. And we're actually booked out all the way till December, so I think people have fun here. And I have fun streaming. We actually got some really cool news that I will share with you guys first. You 68 people on here, that you will be the first to know. We actually have a contract pending right now to add our stream to also Roku services. So right now, we only stream on 2 platforms. We stream on Facebook, of course, which is what all of you guys are watching on, or you're watching on YouTube, which is the 2 things that we have been streaming to. But Inside Pool Magazine actually had contacted us and offered to stream or help us stream on their channel on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. So we will be going big or go home, I guess. We are working out a contract with them right now. So that is really exciting. And I think that they, like you, Tommy, and Steven, are kind of excited that we have not just pro players playing, that we have kind of a variety. We also do 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, mixed doubles, open scotch. We do all sorts of things here. We've even done one pocket on the bar box because we have 3 and 7/8 inch pockets. And since we have such a wide variety of things that we stream, and of course my dashing personality being on the mic sold us. All right, back to the match. I don't think he's... So he's stripes. Ben is shooting. And he's got so many trouble balls. That 14 is the ball that's sitting on the rail. The 11, unless he's going to try to spin it in right now, doesn't go. And then the 13. So that whole thing is a mess. And he's going to have to figure that out. Okay, Carl, sparkling personality, beautiful smile, face for radio, my extensive knowledge about pool and all things related. So how the matches work here, Jim, is one of 2 ways. Either Ben, we're just going to use the players here today. So either Ben messaged me and he says, I want to play at K2. Can you find me a match? And then I ask him some questions like what type of game does he want to play, what kind of race, and for how much. And then I will find him a match and find a day that works for both of them, and then they come and play. Or Ben will text me or IM me and say, hey, me and Michael have a matchup. We want you to stream it. What day can we come and play? And then I give them a date and time. So either or. It kind of depends. Some players don't know a lot of players, or some players just like the challenge of coming into a match not really knowing who they're playing, kind of almost like tournament play. But like Steven, since he's on the stream, he asked me for a couple of days that we were available, so I gave him I think 3 dates that he booked, and then he finds his own matchups, and then he just lets me know who he's going to be playing on those days. So we're very flexible here. Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, he does kind of have a backup on that 12 ball. Right. That was a great shot on the 3, but he maybe ruined a little bit of his opportunity because he could have played the 3 off of the 11, which would have opened that pocket up for the 5 and 6. So now he's going to have more work. So in the fun event, Ira, we actually have had that happen. No Fargo, no APA, no ACS, just a bar player who wanted to play. We actually have them come and play myself or come and play Carlos a couple of racks. And then we kind of can gauge what their rating is. And either I can play them, Carlos can play them, or once we've kind of got an idea of the way that you play, we have a couple of friends that trust our judgment that we can say, hey, we have this player, they want to play. Nice safety, nice choice. So yes, we say, hey, we have this player, they don't have a Fargo, they don't have an APA, but they shoot very similar to yourself. And we have enough players that trust our judgment in the way that it goes, that they will play these players. So we work with people. That's our job. That's what we get paid the big bucks for. Not really. We don't make any money doing this. It's just for fun and for the love of the game. The money that we do make off of this, we tend to just put right back into the room. For instance, we just bought 6 mics so that we can mic up our Scotch doubles players for when they play coaching. Nice, starting to create space so that that ball will go in the pocket. I thought he was going to try to pop jump it. I don't know if anybody has ever seen that shot before, where you hit it into the rail, it pops up over the ball, and then hits your object ball. It's one of my favorite shots. So yes, we bought 6 mics so we can play coaching, Scotch doubles, and mic the players. On Monday, actually, we're going to have a mic night in the Bill Vanderweiss singles. So we do have a couple players that are willing to chat it up on the mics, even when they're playing singles, saying, hey, I should have done this, or I would have done that, or dang, I didn't get shape, or just kind of fun, I think, to hear and think what the players are thinking. Oh, what a scratch. So now that 6 ball does go. So you just take the 5 in the bottom, 6 in the top, and come around for the 8. Another thing that we bought was the telestrator so that we can draw on the screen. I know one night I drew a horse for Carl. Hello, Mark, watching from Concordia, Kansas. Carl's from Kansas. Do you guys know each other? You know, because there's only 5 people that live in Kansas, right? I'm teasing, of course. Oh, you don't want to be on the rail? Ooh, did he hook himself? Yes, he did. All right. Ben missed the key shot there when he had the opportunity on the 12 ball, so that was definitely a gift to Michael. At this rate, this might be a very quick night. I know Jim, earlier we were saying this might be a long night, but not at this rate. Very nice break, except for the ball in hand here. So let's take a look. So the 5-6 is a potential issue. Yeah, go ahead. The 5-6 is a potential issue with all those stripes around that top right corner. So I think in this case I like stripes. The only quote-unquote trouble ball would be the 11. So with ball in hand right now, I would shoot the 11 in the side. And then go ahead and make some work on the rest of those balls. Good job, Steven. Good luck, at the tournament at Metro. Hey, Steven, there is a Scotch doubles tournament. You and Lenore should play in on Sunday at Bullshooters. There is an open spot. 10 ball. Carlos and I are playing. You guys should come and play. Did he break outside the kitchen? Well, he scratched, so either way, foul and it got ball in hand. I think that Ben has a good chance here at running out. I would not take the 9 here. Good. I was going to say, because the 9 was going to end up sending you up table. I don't know that I liked taking the 13 now, though. That would have, I think, been my last ball because that's my protection ball. But now if he takes this ball, he has dedicated himself to the run out and already messed up his shape. What a bummer. I hear my daughter yelling for me. So, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. There was an Oreo emergency. Reagan needed Oreos stat and needed me to open the container. Oh, now this is tough. Our pockets here at K2 are only 3 3/4 inches. Sorry, 3 7/8 inch. I don't know why I said 3/4. 3 7/8 inch pockets. So I think he just barely hit the corner. And ours does not, our table does not allow for those to go in. Calling a safety. I'm actually really surprised about that. I think he doesn't like that 3-ball. So if you're trying to play a safety so that you can maybe try to get that 3-ball out there, maybe he should try banking a ball towards that left corner pocket. So then he could make that ball and come across for the 310 to break that out. So if he's trying to play safety, I do potentially like that safety. I would say so. Yes, Jim. Not a bad idea to go ahead and make the 10 here, because the 14 has no pocket unless you're up table. This is a $500 race to 7. See, by making that ball, he took away the option of just making the 10, because now the 14 does have that pocket open. That was a nice attempt trying to make the 10 and leave him over there. Unfortunately, did not make the 10, but fortunately, I think actually, oh, he might be able to masse, hit bottom rail first, make the 10, and it would naturally come around table. I don't know that many people. So Lynn, when he massed and hit the stripe went up table, as did the cue ball, and it actually hit the side rail after. So the cue ball did hit the bottom rail first, then the stripe, and then the ball hit the side rail after that. So not ball in hand. Oh, he didn't even need to masse there. I thought he had to maybe masse to go rail first, but he did not. He made that. So this is the tester right here. This is where you decide, do you want to go for it or do you want to play safe? A safe can be tough here, but if you miss, you are going to be pushing the 7 close to that bottom right corner, and you're probably going to give your opponent a shot. So do you go for it? Are you confident in making the 14, or do you play safe? He went for it. He actually did not end up horrible. I don't think the 7 goes past the 14. Pretty easy safety here though. Just rolling up on the bottom side of the 3 or the top side. There was a very small window that you would have left him an actual shot. So top side would have put the cue ball right where the 3 is. Bottom side uses the 8 as a blocker. So either or. Shooter preference there. Let's see. So he can hit right after the side pocket for the kick. Oh, okay, or you could go that way. Nice. Not bad. Again though, here, just play a stop shot on the 7. To play safe, just partially draw it back to use the 8 as a safety ball, unless you're going to try to shoot the 3 for the out, but no. So that was decent. It's okay, but the reason I liked my stop shot slight draw better is because he couldn't see the 14 at all. Here you are giving him a shot. I don't see it banking in the side, but he is calling it. I just think you might clip the 8. The other way, you had no shot on the ball at all, and potentially could have ball in hand with a 3 ball out. Dang. See, letting your opponent back to the table is a risk. And he shot that so good. He missed the 8 ball perfectly. Not a ball that I ever would have shot. But that's why I like tucking it, because then he's either jumping or kicking much higher rate of ball in hand than allowing the patient, you can tell I'm a nurse, allowing the shooter to have a potential shot on the ball. And see, by letting him have that potential shot on the ball, he ended up banking it beautifully, by the way, and ending up out. So he did have the right idea in playing safe. I just think his execution or his choice of safety was the wrong one. And that happens. I know I have done that for sure. gave him about 10% back on his percentage to win here. So Reagan, I heard her yelling, "Mom, Mom!" So that's why I was gone there for a moment. I don't know if you heard my reason why she ended up calling me. She needed Oreos stat, and she could not figure out how to open the Oreos by herself. So I had to help her open up the Oreos, as it was an emergency that she needed Oreos now. And I don't know about any of you guys out there, but I've had that exact emergency. I have needed Oreos now many times in my life. Oh, I think when he shot that ball and ran into the 15, it might have made it so that the 6 doesn't go. But you can break it back out right here using the 3. Oh, and he did, but he missed it. Rule number 1, make the ball. Rule number 2, save for, shape or whatever it might be, break out. But always have to make the ball first. Ah, Kit. Hello. I know, Kit, that you, like I, must have had an Oreo emergency at least once in your life. Also, I don't know if you remember Kit, box wine guy. His name is Kevin, PB. When we played Scotch doubles against him and his girlfriend, do you remember that? He is a 490 something, and he's looking to play a match. And I know that you're moving up to Snowflake. Didn't know if you'd want to travel on down at some point and play a matchup against boxed wine boy. Man. Oh, wow. Beautiful shot. I did not think that ball went. Again, 3 7/8 inch pockets, and that stripe is taken up like a quarter of the pocket. So to make it past on a back cut, Mike is on fire. I like taking the 2 right now because it is a tough ball. So take the 2 and draw it back, shooting the 1 in the same pocket. Now you have to get shape though on the 5. So do you come, you just run into the 5 and then hook yourself on the 9. Oh, does it bounce enough? Did it get out there? Yeah, Kit, we are all booked up until middle of December anyway. So it would be in December. So let me know if that's something you would be up for. Oh, Jim, let me read all this. Playing an 8-ball match and my opponent came to the table and shot my balls in. ran out. Didn't realize until after he shot 2 of my balls in and called a foul and lost the match. I learned something that day to pay attention. Is this in reference to the first rack? So I know most of you probably weren't on the stream yet, but Ben was at the table. He made a ball, decided to be solids, shot the 1 ball, and then his very next shot, he chose to shoot the 9 ball. So he fouled because he shot the solid and then shot a stripe. Don't know where his mind was there. But Michael was like, hey, wasn't that a foul? So it took a minute. And he actually ended up losing that rack. Michael did not run out. He did get another opportunity at the table, but that could be a big mistake that could result in a run out. So you definitely do have to pay attention to what's going on. Even if you're not at the table, I think it's always important to watch what your opponent is doing, because had Michael not been paying attention, Ben probably would have run all the stripes out and won the game if he hadn't been paying attention that he shot a solid and then a stripe. So kudos to Michael for paying attention. I think Ben thinks he got on the wrong side of this 13, but I don't mind it. You can shoot this with a little bit of inside and bring it out. I think he just shot it with top, but that's okay. The inside would have just brought it a little bit closer to your work, but he can still shoot this 14 in that bottom right corner. Oops. No shot now. If you're going to shoot that way, then you need to come back to hit that rail, hit the side rail, and come back out. So either his speed was off or he wasn't actually aware of where the cue ball was going to be traveling. So he is calling a safety. Very smart. Just roll up on the stripe there. He actually played it even smarter and pushed it in front of the 5. See, that was where I would have played maybe a wrong. But see, he did leave a bank. And the bank actually gives him natural shape to then shoot it in the same pocket. But he did miss the bank, so. In my version of that safety, it would have forced him to try to cut the 5 all the way down the rail. But seeing as though he did not make it, ended up working out for him either way. I think that the 10 ball goes in every pocket, so just make the 15 is the key here. So if you're going to shoot the 10 ball in the side, you need to go down to that left hand bottom rail. I call it the bottom because it's closest to me. But left hand short rail and come back. You don't want to baby this in and then leave yourself way up table to shoot the 8 ball. You want to go ahead and let your stroke out just a little bit. Go down to the rail and back out. Ooh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Now, if he would have made the ball, he would not have scratched. All right, 2-ball out here. Personal preference, wherever you want to go. I like playing the 5 as a stop shot and then playing the 8 in the side. Easy as that. The only reason, Kit, that I wasn't a fan of the slow roll is because it leaves you further. Yeah. Don't like the slow roll is because it's like, it ends up that you shoot the 8 way down table, which is fine if you don't mind accepting that as your shot. I just have been working on, personally, have been working on getting closer to my ball. And not leaving myself those really tough shots, because those are the missable shots. Michael did go to the restroom really quick. I guess that's allowed. So you'll see here on this stream, we do have the spectator chairs here for the players, which is what Ben is sitting in. Each player gets a personal fan that they could put on any speed that they want, which you can see to his right side there between the red chair and him. That long, tall, black thing is a fan. Then we have the personal air conditioning that is just for the pool room there underneath all the trophies. Then in that bottom, right hand corner of the screen, you'll see we have a mini fridge that has sodas, beer, water, that is all complimentary to the players just for coming and playing here. And then in the very top right corner, you can see they actually have a TV that is streaming their match on it. So it runs about 30 seconds behind, which is kind of nice, because if they have a hit and they are questioning it, they can just go watch it on the TV, instant replay, so that we don't have any questions. It also makes it so there rarely is a need for a watched hit. Another scratch. That's twice in a row that Michael has scratched on the break, giving Ben an opportunity to run out if he can. So let's see. That 5-10 is a corner, or is an issue on the right side of your screen, and then the 15-7 is an issue on the left side of your screen, but the 10 does go on the left hand side, so I like stripes for that reason. He actually is going to go ahead and take that ball now to get it out of the way. Jim, this is a BYOB. Bring your own beer, bring your own alcohol. You can have as much as you want as long as you brought it. But oftentimes people end up leaving it. So then we end up with a bunch of Bud Light mostly that is in the fridge if anybody ever wants it. Oops. He did get really good shape though on that 13, which is a tough ball to get shape on. So, and the 11 ball ended up blocking the 2 and the 6. So I know he's mad he doesn't run out, but I mean, not a bad lead. Yes, John, in BCA, ball in hand is anywhere after a scratch on the break. I think only APA plays ball in the kitchen after the break. You guys can correct me if I am wrong, but I know BCA is anywhere, and I know APA is in the kitchen, but I don't play USAPL. I used to play tap, but I honestly don't remember now. I don't know what that was. I thought he was going to take the 2 in the side. Oh, hello, Jay. Jay, I miss you. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. I would not take this 11 right now. That's your safety. A little bit. But if you're feeling confident, I guess, you use this 9 right now to break out your 15. So you just hit this with a little bit of low because the center will drag across, but he hit it with a little too much low. I liked coming across and hitting that 7 as well because it got out of the way for the 14 and the 12, but now he has no ball to get that out. Playing safety. Nice. Playing at Bull Shooters tomorrow. What is at Bull Shooters tomorrow? I know that Carlos and I will be going to Bull Shooters tomorrow to play the 8-ball Vegas qualifiers. So we will be there for a bit over on the 7-footers. I know that you do not like 7-foot tables, Jay. Very nice shot by Michael. Now shoot the 4, shoot the 2 all the way up table. Just a hair atop. I think he went a little bit far for the 3, so I would shoot the 6 because you actually left yourself perfect with a little bit of stun draw to come across for the 3. Ooh, he went top. That was weird. That was odd. I guess he was going to try to play the 3 in the side, but I was told you should never attempt to get shape on the side unless you absolutely have to. Well, that is frozen. That's not a good view. There we go. Oh, 515 under. Nice. You have to take down Leandra. She's won that tournament 2 weeks in a row. She's actually one of the players that I beat on Wednesday playing in league. I got lucky though. She ran the table and she rattled the 8. And I had to run all 8 balls, my 7 balls and the 8. And I was able to take it down. So I got a lucky win against Leandra. All right, shoot this with a little bit of low. And it will come across to that right side to then shoot the 13 all the way down. Interesting. All right. Michael has the opportunity here to just roll the 3 ball in with top, follow it down, shoot the 6 ball in the same pocket. Just shoot this with a hair of top. He used inside. He used inside, and that's why that ball did not go I know, Jay, she's really good. Like I said, I got lucky. I got lucky that I was able to run out. I was so nervous. My hand was like shaking. I was like, okay, one ball at a time. Just one ball at a time. And I actually was able to do it. So, Jay, same mantra, right? One ball at a time. I believe in you. Jay is the only lady. Oh no. Jay's the only lady that I've ever played Scotch doubles with at Bullshooters we played. So I know this sounds funny, but for a 400 level player, this is not necessarily a gimme. You don't always know how to use the ball in the pocket to get shape. He did good. Putting him on the hill. So as I was saying, they don't always know how to use those balls in the pocket to get around the table. Still something that they're learning, myself included. Sometimes you hit it too thick or too thin, and when they're in the pocket like that, you'll still make the ball, but you won't get the shape. So one of the biggest things, and maybe even the hardest things, honestly, is using the ducks. Learning how to use the ducks to get around the table. And getting the actual shape that you want. Ball down, and he didn't scratch. Good for him. That's the first time he hasn't scratched on the break in the last like 3 racks. So he must have figured something out there. Gary is asking a question that I don't know that I know the answer to. I do believe there are 13 teams. I know it's an odd number because we do have a bye next week. So I do believe it's 13 teams. At Wednesday night BCA at Bullshooters. 13 teams. So he did choose to play safe on the open table, giving Ben a potential chance to make a ball. He is calling the 13. Really solids or stripes here. If you could just get a shot. Honestly, they don't have a great shot. So to me, it seems like it's going to be whoever makes the first shot. All right, you can play the 2 in the side and then run out your solids here. Oh, he's calling stripes and the side pocket. Our side pockets are tiny, don't do it. I wonder why he didn't like solids there. So still an open table. 4 shots on this table so far, still open. Again, play the 3 here, or the 6, run it out. They're so focused on the fact that there's 1 less stripe on the table, yet the 13 is in a weird spot. So now you're doing work that you don't need to do if you're solids. And he's left himself a tough shot here, forced to cut the 13 all the way down really close, or to play a carom or a combo. I don't like the carom, honestly, because it pushes the 10 into the 5. If you're gonna do something crazy like that, which is what Ben is looking at, I prefer the combo to the carom. Because I feel like the carom is gonna push the 10 into the 5. Well, he missed, but at least he didn't lock up the 10 with the 5. Although that might have been a good safety. Now, just play the solids one ball at a time. I feel like I just said that about myself, but you can play the 7 right here, or you can shoot the 1, or the 5. So many options. Hey, that's why I didn't really love the 5, but it's okay. You can use the 7 to bump out the 4. But I feel like they're both putting in work on this rack that was completely unnecessary. Ben pushing the 13 over to that rail, which made it difficult, and then now Ben taking the 5, which pushed the 7 and the 4 over with the 14. So what was, 13. So what was an open table is now a mess. Honestly, don't mind shooting the 14 all the way down, even though it is right in front of the pocket. I don't mind shooting it all the way down, leaving myself on the bottom side of the 10 as far as the angle goes, like just at the first diamond there after the pocket, and then shooting the 10 into the corner would give the 13 a breakout. But instead he decided to just shoot a ball that didn't go, leaving Michael a potential opportunity here to run out the table. Kit, I agree. Having less balls on the table in 8-ball is actually a hindrance more than help. So like I said, on this rack, I felt like they were really obsessed with stripes because one stripe was already off the table, but either suit was correct to take. It didn't matter with an open table, really. But now they have made it into a much different game. Because of their selections at the beginning. So this 13 does go by the 4. A little bit tough, but really not bad. Shoot it with low and run into the 10 to push it closer to that side rail and or pocket. Hopefully you skim the back side of the 10, pushing it so that it clears the 7. Or you can't see what he's cueing with, so that doesn't help. Alright, I see what he was doing there, but he is on the wrong side of the 10. Should be fine though, just shoot this 10 in the side with top. Oh, he's shooting with low. Just shoot it with top. Okay, there we go. He's fixed it. I was going to say just enough top to run into the one, not hook yourself on the one, and he did. Just the corner here. What a bummer. What about a 2-rail kick? I think it goes between the 6 and the 2. If he knows how to measure it correctly, he can try a masse. That's a tough masse. I think he's going to have to hit the bottom rail and come at the 8 from behind if he's masseing. He did hit the 1 ball first.
On hand.
So ball in hand.
Ball in hand.
Well, I hit the ball afterwards, but I hit the ball. I hit the cue ball, and it went up the rail, and I got the hit. Kind of like before when I moved your ball after the fact.
Oh, okay.
It kind of just went to the right on the 1 ball.
Makes sense.
Afterwards, yeah.
So it's not ball in hand.
Oh, I thought the cue ball hit the 1. He's saying it's not ball in hand. Interesting. I guess I was not paying enough attention. I thought he clipped the 1. Can anyone tell me? Was anybody paying a better attention than I was? Yeah, that's what I thought.
In a situation like that, can we replay it to see?
Mhm.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. I didn't know if you were about to.
Yeah, we can turn it back for the next time. Yeah, he said that he hit the 1 with his cue, not with the cue ball. But I do not think that is accurate. So he won that one, but I don't like the way he won it. I think. Yeah. I'm not, I don't say anything. It's not I just commentate. But Michael did ask, hey, can we rewind and rewatch? And I said yes, but he asked after the fact, so doesn't do him any good for the for now, but it does help him in the future. Yeah, I would have been like, can we play that back? Because we do have the ability to rewind. So he learned for the future. He did ask me, can we rewind if we need to? And I said yes. So he knows now. If that ever happens in the future, he can ask me and I will rewind. I don't know if you guys watched the Shane Van Boening versus Dennis Arcuo match. I swear, Dennis made a foul when there was like down to the last 5 games or so. Dennis hit the 6 ball instead of the 3 ball. The 3 ball, and then Shane, I think, was so rattled or so not paying attention that he shot the shot that he was left, and he missed it. And then Dennis Arcuo got that match, that game. And it was so obviously and blatantly that he hit the 6 first. And I was like, what the heck? It was crazy. But Shane was already so stirred about missing that ball, or I mean that straight in 9 ball, that he didn't even catch that the Dennis Arcuo shot on the very next rack was a foul. And I think that it cost him the match. Well, there was a couple things. I shouldn't have missed the straight in on the 9 ball. But I can't believe he didn't catch that foul. All right. So I think that Michael is just going to try to run this out here. That 7 is really tough. I'm going to have to use the 4 to get to it somehow. Right here, Ben does have the opportunity to break out his 13 using the 12 ball, but you have to decide, is that what you want to do right now? You are down. You still do have 5 other balls on the table. So again, if you're shooting this shot, you're dedicating yourself to the run out, I feel like. All right, so he is dedicating himself to the run out. Not a bad leave, and pushed the 8. But it is slightly past the side pocket, so it only goes from that right half of the table now. So yeah, I'm not the ref, I'm just the commentator. So I don't, it was actually really, well, not funny, but George Bell was here playing 10 ball. I think against June, no, I don't know. He was playing 10 ball and he made the 10 on the break, and I noticed right away, but he never spotted it. And then he shot the next ball and he still never spotted it, and he shot the next and he got all the way to the 8, made the 9 even, and then goes down to the table to like shoot the, or to rack, and his opponent was like, wait, where's the 10? And he's like, oh, I just made it in the corner. And he's like, no, you didn't, you made the 9. And he was like, oh my god, I did. And they had to re-rack and play that all over again, and I do believe he was on the hill when that happened. So it was kind of crazy, a little bit kind of crazy, but that's not for me to intercede. Neither one of the players noticed, so it's not my job. It's as though I'm in a whole nother room. That's what I try to think about. I try to act as though I'm not actually in the same room. I'm in a sound box. I think you're right, Kit. It was against Robert Pomeroy. Somebody like that. And ended up not mattering because George ended up winning the next rack as well. So I would have felt bad if if he lost because of that. But it's part of the game. So he got perfect on this 11 ball to shoot it in the side. Just pocket speed. I think that Mike is a little bit rattled from the last game. So he just needs to calm down and shoot each ball like it is the last ball, and he is on the hill. Because he is on the hill. So I think that it's tough because I think he feels a little cheated from the last rack, but you just have to shake that off and move forward. You can't let him win now. Like if I'm Michael, I'm thinking, okay, I will just not let him back to the table. And truly, I think that Michael probably, or I mean, Ben probably thinks that it wasn't a foul, that he got the hit. Maybe he was so focused on the masse that he didn't notice that it was a foul. I agree, Kit. I think that on either side they should have asked for a playback, since neither one of you were quite sure what happened, you know. And since we are unique in the fact that we have the opportunity to do that, you know, you have to take advantage of the things that are given to you. And since that is an opportunity we give to our players, I would definitely have gone for it, for the playback. So let's take a look here. Oh, okay, so we've got a lot of stripes down there in the top left and a lot of solids in the top right. Don't make the 8-ball, yikes. So we are going with solid, stripes. I thought he might have been hooked on that ball, so that was a really nice shot. I think he can slow roll this 9 into the side pocket. Our side pockets are tight, but I think it goes. Or he can try to shoot the 14 right now to come around for the 9, but soft. Nice. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I wonder if he's hooked. I wonder if he's hooked on the point of that side pocket. I can't tell. Or if he's okay to shoot the 14. If he is, he has a great angle for the 14. Just soft roll it, shoot the 10, and then the 13. He is down, so doesn't seem to be hooked on the 14. Oh, too hard. Too hard. And the 13-10 does not really go. Crazy thought. What about, because he's looking at angles and what goes, what if you kick it? What if you kick the 10? And if you go rail first, oh, that would push the 13 up table. Well, either way, when you hit the 10, you're going to push the 13 up table. I don't know, I'd still do it. I would still do it and hope that I could shoot the 13 in where his hand is. No, shoot it in the kick. I'm in run out mode though. Whoopsies. All right, so ball in hand to Mr. Michael, who is on the hill. I think that the 5-7 is wired, and these balls are definitely the hardest to get to, so that was not a bad choice at all. Didn't leave himself great shape though, so... Oh, and the 5-7 is not wired. Interesting. Alright, so shoot the 6. Oh, I would have shot it as a safety. I would have just rolled up on it, because then he would have had to try to bank the 13 or the 10. He could 13-10 combo here. It's a crazy combo, but you know, that's why they call me Combo Kaylin. I agree that they are shooting a little bit hard. These rails are pretty lively, so you don't have to hit them, and the cue ball that they're using also has good roll to it. It's not a measle ball, and measles tend to be a little bit more difficult, so, or harder to get around the table. All right, 6 in the side. Very nice. I don't think he can cut the 4. So I would shoot the 1 ball to come around the table. Oh, it did go. Fantastic. That's even better, because now you don't have a weird 4-7 situation. You're gonna have to do a 2-1 combo here. Now shoot the 2. Just top should come around. Holy moly, giving me a heart attack. All right here, play safe. I would use the 7 to play safe, but because to me here, this 10 is cuttable. You also could cut the 13, potentially blocking the pocket and the 8. I actually think I like that the best. Then you have to let Michael figure out how to get the 8-ball out of there. It is like a 90-degree cut to make it. But he could go like 89 degrees and just leave it right in front of the 8-ball. He is gonna go for the cut on the 10. And this could be a sellout if he doesn't make it. Also, craziness, he could cut it and actually run into the 8 and make the 8. All right, here we go. So shoot this 7 with low or even middle ball. All right, top works too, I guess. Oh, that lucked out. All right, and just like that, that is the end. So, Michael wins 7-4. Quick and easy evening. They are only playing the one set, so it is all over. Hello! So let's talk about next week. So we have 3 matches next week. On Monday we are going to have a mic night, which is where the players are going to go ahead and be mic'd up so that we can hear them cuss and yell all night long. That will be George Bell versus Bill Vanderweiss. Then that's it. That's it for the whole week, guys. Because Thursday we are going to Main Street to practice for U.S. Amateurs. That's on Saturday. And we're meeting Eric Osborne to talk about our food for our wedding. And then Friday night, we are also going to Main Street to practice for the U.S. AMs. And we have our premarital wedding counseling so that the church will marry us on Friday. So we are busy. Sunday is cake tasting. I know Kit will be very excited about that. So please join us on Monday. It will be our only night to stream. We appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. K2 Productions on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you enjoy my quips and enjoy hanging out with me, you can always donate to our PayPal, which is there at the bottom of the screen, ksquaredproductions@gmail.com. Thank you so much and see you on Monday.